Recording right now. The video is currently going. Alright.
Okay, my name is Emily Sanders, and this is my family history story. This story is called Stranded in Barstow. I'm in the story, but it's from the perspective of my mom. So, when I was a kid, we went back and forth between Salt Lake City and Southern California a lot, which is from where we moved to where we were from. A lot of these trips involved dogs, because my mom is one of the best dog breeders / racers in the country of a breed called Whippets. So usually when we go down, we would go to a race meet and then spend some time with my grandparents. So we were coming back from one of those trips, and it's about a 10-hour drive from Southern California to Salt Lake City, maybe longer. I was a little kid, so it's hard to remember. So we're coming back, and my mom's driving, and we're just outside of Barstow. We had left a few hours ago from my grandparents' house, and our car breaks down. So my mom has to call AAA, and she's on the phone. She tells them, we're broken down. We don't know what we're going to do. We're out just outside of Barstow. Barstow is known for the fact that it has a huge thermometer. And in Southern California, that huge thermometer often gets very high. On this particularly hot summer morning, it was in the hundreds. So we're in this car, this van, and the tow truck driver comes. The first thing he notices is the fact that this van has 8 dogs in it. He checks out our van and tells my mom, you're going to have to take it in. This isn't something that we can just fix here. So he's like, do you have anyone that can come pick up the dogs? And she tells him, no, we're thousands of miles away from our home. The dogs are kind of part of the deal. So this tow truck driver is such a nice guy that he lets us pile all 8 of our dogs into his cab, along with, my mom and me being an 8-year-old girl. He took a lot of pity on us. So then he takes us to the repair place, and he slowly starts to realize that he's going to have to take us to a motel too, because no cab driver is going to let us have 8 dogs in the car. So he takes us to a Motel 6. If you know anything about Motel 6, it's that you can have 1 pet. That's their big thing, is you can bring your pet with you. So my mom pulls me aside and is like, has me holding all of the 8 dogs, and tells me, okay, I want you to hide so the woman can't see you. So I want you to go hide over there. Me, being an 8-year-old girl, I do not listen to this at all and go right in front of the door holding all of these 8 dogs. The woman at the desk knows that my mom is with that little girl holding 8 dogs. And my mom's like, oh, we'd like to rent 1 room, please. The woman at the desk says, well, our policy is 1 dog, not 8. My mom's like, you gotta work with me here. We're thousands of miles away from our home. We have no choice. Can you please work with me? And the woman, still very hesitant about it, but says, okay, I'll talk to my manager. We'll see if there's something we can do. So she calls up her manager. And the manager says, if you pay a bigger deposit on top of what you're already paying, we'll pay you back afterwards if there isn't any damage. And we'll allow it for 1 night, which is good because my grandparents were heading to come and meet us. So 1 night was just what we needed. So we get in the room, and the next day the tow truck driver comes back and picks us up from the hotel, which is just really kind. And one thing my mom notices is that there's Mountain Dew cans all over the floor of his cab, and that's important for later. So we go back to our van, and luckily they were able to get it fixed really quickly. So my grandparents didn't even need to come out to Barstow to meet us. So we start to leave, and then my mom pulls into a Walmart and has me come in with her and is like, I want you to pick out a really nice card. So we picked out a really nice thank you card, and then got a 12-pack of Mountain Dew, and went back to the company that we knew the tow truck guy worked for, and left it at his desk.
So hard.